Hey everyone, I am in Massachusetts and we are at a house that needs to be completely liquidated. I'm going to take you downstairs, but there's a lot of stuff in here. I should reverse the camera so you can see, right? Hold on. Okay, so basically everything in these cabinets has got to go. I haven't even opened any of these here. We just did a quick walkthrough. There's all kinds of little hummels and there's quite a few collections. There's that room and then there's all of this. Love these old New England homes. There's all of that. Look how cool that is. And then there's just things here and there. We need to look through there. Okay, we're going to go downstairs because that's where we were. Oh, there's this room also that we need to go through. Okay, let's go downstairs. So we're uncertain about some of the stuff in here, but I wanted to give you a peek. Looks like some old Legos, some old books, some trinkets. Lots of things to open and go through. This was supposed to be my week off because next week we head to Webster, New York to sell some Amazon stuff. But let's see if we're gonna do this. So, oh Ricky, look at this, the coffee maker. It's not the coffee maker, it's Christmas stuff. We love a good percolator.
The old percolator
She has one that she uses, Paul uses it right now, but I don't even know.
These are just all things that we need to go through. Miscellaneous ornaments. I guess we'll take this down and we'll see what's in it. You'll have to come to the live show. I'm not gonna open this, guys. I'm gonna open it live. So if you wanna see what's in this box, you'll have to join us live. There's a nativity. And then we have some more. I see knitting needles. What is that? Do we know what that is?
I'm not sure.
See.
There's nothing in there,
Oh,
but it's
state
just
quarters. They're commemorative coins. Yeah. Commemorative and it looks like the whole set. I don't know if there's anything missing out of it, but yeah, we'll look into that. And look at her. She is so sweet. And we have some more up there. Oh my goodness, I love those. Those are so sweet. And what do we have in these cabinets? Let's see. Paintbrushes, painting supplies, decorations. And an old projector. Who remembers watching home movies with home projectors? Because I was really thinking about taking this week off. We've got some, we've got some old newspapers in that one. And more old newspaper. We are in Boston, guys. Boston Sunday Globe. I don't know. There must be a reason why some of these were kept. And we don't know. Let's see. Make way for the champions. A day for remembering, a day to rejoice as fans for the Sox parade. 2013. Not terribly old, but must have been a Sox fan. The garage. This is basically mostly all garage stuff in here, except for that beauty and that beauty. And that beauty, and believe it or not, that's a beauty too. I love the old furniture. Is that Miss Holly Hobby? That looks like Holly Hobby, right, you guys? Is that Holly Hobby? I think it is. All right, let's see. All right, that was the garage, and they love to do puzzles. Look at that, isn't that great? And then we have some old books. We will be selling the old books. I have no idea what's in there. We still have a lot of things that we need to open up and see. A little music box. Ooh. Gosh, let's break it. Happy birthday, it says. Needs to be glued. All right, let's make our way back up the stairs. And it is hot. Look at these old photos. Guys, I want to show you something, but they're keeping them. These are all old photo albums. Look at old family albums, so many of them, right? They're gonna keep those. And just about everything in here, we've got some old Bibles, a few pieces of costume jewelry, some trinket boxes, some scarves and clothes, and some religious items. Some beautiful rosaries. Oh, I love that. Look at those. Beautiful. Mother Mary. All right. Let's go into the other room. So we are venturing up the stairs. We have one more spot to look. There's a lot of hidden treasures here, guys. Look at this pretty paperweight. Everywhere you look, you see something really sweet. Look at lots of cute. Look at this. Isn't that adorable? I've never seen that. Does that hang over the pan or the bowl? I don't know. Okay, let's head up the stairs. Whoopsie. The alarm. the alarm. Okay, let's go up. Okay, let's see. Money, honey. The Who. We found some records downstairs. We'll go through the records. I'm not traveling with record boxes, but maybe we could figure something out. Some of these old Legos. The French Provincial furniture. I had that as a little girl. Vintage guitars. Hey guys, look at these. Those might be something that you might be interested in. And to be determined. This is all to be determined. The owner of the property still has to go through and select some of the items that they're going to keep, but potentially this is all coming to auction, guys, starting tomorrow. This video will be released today. Today is Monday? Monday?
30th. Yep.
Monday the 30th. Okay, so we are back at my sweet friend's house, and let me tell you what happened. Okay, so I'm in Massachusetts, and that's my my friend's house, my childhood friend's, and she's hosting us while we're here. So we went over to that property, we took a look, and we went room for room and looked all around. And her brother came in and was like, oh, so I guess you're the one that, you know, wants to buy everything, and there's a lot of things that I want to keep. And he took me into a room that had a lot of Legos, and he said, this is worth $1,000, and this is worth $400, and this is worth $300. And I said, is it worth $1,000 or is it listed on eBay for $1,000? And he's like, well, whatever, it's really old and it's worth a lot of money, and I don't know if I'm ready to sell this stuff. I don't know if I'm ready for this. I've got to go through the house and I've got to figure out what I want and what I don't want. And I said, listen, the best way to deal with something like this is to go through the house, go room for room. I said, get yourself a box, a basket, whatever. This was their parents' home, and they have a lot of emotional attachments to stuff. The woman is kind of just wants to just let the stuff go, and wants to move on, and the house is being sold, and she just wants to get it emptied, and there's a lot of stuff in this house. And he wants to go through the house. And I said, listen, the best thing to do is to go through the house, pick out what you want, and just load it up in a basket, pick one of the rooms, and just look at the sun is so pretty coming in. Isn't that so awesome? It's really warm here. Sorry, squirrel moment. Pick out what you want, put it all into the room, and just close that door. And that room is off limits. That's just the best way to handle this sort of situation. So he was asking me a lot of questions, and I said to him, I said, I'd like to sell on location instead of moving everything and, you know, boxing everything up, because I am traveling, and this was like an unexpected sale. This was not planned. I do have plans to be in Webster, New York next week. This Boston visit was just going to be a Boston visit with some friends, and I said, you know, you're just going to have to decide. So we're going to know tomorrow. We're going to know tomorrow if this is something that we're going to do or we're not going to do, and then make a decision.
Hi Donna. So I brought a bunch of stuff downstairs that we want to go. So including the Legos. I have some Christmas stuff here, some other trinkets, and pretty much everything, and all the plan models too. Everything in this area, pretty much almost everything in the basement here. And there's a bunch of stuff that I just kind of brought down. Vases, the little people, all that stuff. DVDs, the newspapers, things like that. And then what I did was I brought a bunch of stuff out here. I still have more stuff to put out here, including like the Hummels and some of the other trinkets. But this is pretty much what I got done so far. Including those linens back there, and then some other trinkets. There's some sewing stuff in there, candles, whatnot. So I figured it would be, there's some puzzles too here. Might be easier if you want to do this, because we're all set to go. I just again have to move a few more things down here, but if you're all set to go, it might be easier to, I guess, just do this in one location. Plus it's way cooler down here too, so you won't be sweating your ass off. I'm gonna send this to you and just let me know. Thanks, bye.
House is sold.
And then, hang on one second. And then pretty much everything in here can go, just about everything in here. There's one more thing I have to take out. And then the Hummels, everything on these top shelves. Thanks.
So follow along, guys. You never know, it could happen. There was a lot of areas that we didn't look in. He kind of put the brakes on it, but there's a lot of really cool stuff. I saw a lot of nice glassware. So, all right, so stay tuned, follow and subscribe, and we'll see you live.